If you're a nurse who's been thinking about building something of your own outside of nursing, I'm gonna tell you something that nobody's telling you. You don't have to hustle 12 hours a day to get it started or to maintain it. You don't have to be technical or have technical experience. You definitely don't have to wait until you can afford to hire people, and you don't have to do it alone. Not anymore. There is a way better option, a more efficient option that's literally been saving me a couple hours of work in my business each week since I started using it. And it's only going to save me more time down the line. Let me show you what I mean. Let me introduce you to my AI COO. This is Lolo, my right-hand girl. And this is Flowrider. She writes my emails for me every single week. And I'm not done because there are more AI employees that I'm building for my team. This is just the beginning. Today, I'm gonna show you exactly what they do and what's possible for you if you're a nurse who wants to start building something outside of nursing. And most importantly, you're not trying to burn out to build it. I found a way to go from that burned out nurse to a regulated entrepreneur who's now using AI employees in my business to help me with tasks, to save me time. I trained these AI employees to know the ins and out of my business, my goals, what we've done so far, where we plan to go, the pivots, all the things. So my COO Lolo, she handles the operations, the day-to-day. She helps me to improve my business, to see the things that I can't see, the things that I'm missing. And the best part is that I trained her. Lolo is literally the next in charge after me. And she keeps an eye on Flowrider, which is the AI employee who writes my email drafts for me each week. So this is the part that gets me, right? I don't even have to ask Flowrider to send me emails. I know when you work with ChatGPT, you have to prompt them. You have to be the one initiating. But with Flowrider, every Tuesday at 11 a.m., she sends me an email drafted for the week on her own. Like, I don't even have to ask her. I don't have to prompt her. She just comes to me with the email draft. I programmed her to do that. So I'm excited about this video because this is a different type of video. It's more of a behind the scenes into my business, into what I'm creating, and into how you can start thinking about some creative ways to incorporate AI into your business so that you're not having to do all the work by yourself, so that you don't burn out. I'm a solopreneur. So that means it's just me. Right? But now that I've built out my AI team and I'm still building out my AI team, I'm not alone anymore. I get to train them. They get to give me their input. They get to create, to give me ideas. Like, we get to piggyback off of each other. And they're constantly evolving. They're constantly growing. They're getting smarter and smarter every single day. When I first created Flowrider, I wanted an agent to help me with email because sending emails is something that I do every single week inside of my business. I send one email per week to the people who are subscribed to get emails from me. So emails was something that was taking me a while to do. Well, taking me longer than I would have liked. You know, those tasks that take you the most time or that you have to do frequently that you just don't want to have to really think about all the time. So I was like, okay, let me create an AI employee who just handles the emails for me. So that way I don't even got to think about it. And I picked the date and time for her to draft an email for me every single week. I don't have to sit there and come up with what email we're going to send this week. Like, I have a specific flow that I follow for specific types of emails that I want to send out each week. And I trained my AI employee to know that and to draft an email for me every single week based on those rules. And the email sounds like me because I trained her to sound like me. I trained her to use my voice, to use the personality, the words that I use, the tone. So when I'm reading these emails, I'm like, whoa, like, this is my language. This is me. This is exactly what I would have said. And I get to either mark it as approved, mark it as disapproved, or mark it as edited, tell her what I want to change, and she'll update it for me. That's just scratching the surface because I am also training her to send the email out for me on Friday. So that way I don't have to actually go into the email site and schedule the email. I'll approve it. She's just going to schedule it for me and it goes out to my email list. But what's even cooler is that she gets better over time. I never hired an employee before. When I think about when I was employed as a nurse, you're trained for the job. That's what it is. Literally an AI employee who's being trained, who has memory. But I have a whole team that I'm actually building out to help me even more in my business, to help me save even more time. If you're like, oh, that's nice, that's cool. I want to talk about why this matters for you. Most nurses who think about building something outside of nursing, they think that they have to figure everything out on their own. If you truly want to build something outside of nursing, you want those extra streams of income, you have to start building something now. But you don't have to do it by yourself. That's the best part about having AI employees who do certain jobs for you. It's just like you delegate tasks in nursing. You get to delegate to your AI employees. A lot of nurses take the burnout from nursing that they experienced or that hustle culture mentality into their business, and they end up burning out all over again. You in this video because you don't want to do that. So I mentioned in the beginning of the video, like a lot of nurses think that they have to wait because they think that they'll just end up burning out all over again in business or whatever reason, and just having a bunch of ideas in their head. They watch a bunch of videos, they gather a bunch of information, but they never implement that information. And most never start. They never take advantage of the opportunities that we have today that they can be benefiting from. So the option that nobody's talking to nurses about is the fact that you don't have to do all this alone. You don't have to figure it out from scratch. You don't have to hire employees. You build them or you get them built for you. Just close your eyes. If you're not driving or nothing like that, imagine that you are at work, you're working on your shifts, you're doing whatever. Literally, I want you to imagine an AI employee who is drafting content for you that you don't have to think of on your own, who's capturing leads for your business, who's sending out emails for your business, who's drafting up scripts for your videos if you're somebody that wants to create videos. Imagine your AI employees talking to each other, coming up with a plan for your business to better your business and the infrastructure of your business while you sleep. These employees literally work 24/7. They don't need breaks. They don't need to be told what to do, depending on how autonomous you make them. And they're really a reflection of you, and they're only getting better and better. You teach and train your AI employees, but you also get to learn from them. This is the game changer. This is the beginning of an era. And I know a lot of people, they have different thoughts around AI. However you feel about AI is not going anywhere. It's only going to evolve. Why not take the opportunity to really utilize it? Why not take the opportunity to have AI employees in your business that you can train, that save you hours worth of work, that save you hours worth of tedious tasks that you have to do to build a business, to start generating income, but that you don't necessarily want to have to do, like emails. I might write me some emails here and there, but I don't have to. I have an AI employee for that. Period. Imagine an employee who keeps your business organized, who stays on top of things, who clears out your inboxes, who responds to clients, builds out your website, funnels, and to help really bring your ideas to life, to help bring those brainstorming brain dumps to actual offers and whatever service or product it is that you're selling, to actually help you market those things. That's what AI employees like minds can do with the right setup right now as we speak. I really just want you to see what's possible for you outside of nursing, because when I started my online business back in 2021, when I tell you I had to do everything from scratch, I had to learn how to set up my systems and my emails, and I had to do all my content. I had to think of I had to literally do every single thing. And I always mention how I burned out in my first couple of businesses. I took the burnout from nursing, brought it into my business, and I didn't have the opportunity to utilize AI. This business that I have currently, I promised myself that I was going to do it differently. I was going to do it in the way that I needed to do it so that I didn't burn out. I was going to continue to pour into me, to pour into my self-care routines and all the things, keep my mental, like all that right. Now I have the actual strategies, the AI system that will help save me even more time. So the weight does not have to all be on you. You don't even have to build your own anything anymore. Just really take this in, because this is the beginning of an era. And if you know, you know. If you know that you need to get on to hop on this, comment AI employee below and let me know what type of business you want to build, what type of offer you want to sell. Let me know what it is that you're thinking about doing outside of nursing, and the thing that you're most afraid of that will take you the most time to do, because every business needs AI employees. Everyone. So the things that you're afraid are going to take too much time or will burn you out or you don't know much about, an AI employee can be trained and created to do that for you. So there's literally no excuse right now in 2026. Literally no excuse. But one of the reasons that I left nursing is because of the burnout. I didn't want to keep feeling burned out, feeling depleted, feeling exhausted. And the last thing I wanted was a business to burn me out all over again. But that's where I messed up initially when I first got into business, the same year that I left nursing. And that's where a lot of nurses mess up. You leave one thing that's draining and then you build another thing and you end up being drained by that thing that you're building that was supposed to help you not feel burned out. You leave one thing that's draining you just to go build something that drains you in a different way. So it's that same burnout pattern, just a different costume. So when I started building this business, I decided that this was going to be different, that I wasn't going to spend 20 hours, 12 hours a day, like forcing myself to work on my business. I made a decision. I'm not hustling 12 hours a day. For all that, I could have stayed in nursing. Now I get to build my business in a way that benefits me in the type of lifestyle that I want. So I'm building a done for you service for nurses who want AI employees for their own business. Whether you want to start a business or you already have one. It's for the nurse who doesn't want to have to learn the technical side of everything. It's not live yet, but I'm getting clarity on what that looks like. So you can see how much time you can save, how much you don't have to burn out. You don't have to hire a graphic designer and copywriter and just all of these things that people spend thousands and thousands of dollars on. If that sounds like something that you want and you know you would need, drop it in the comments so that I can know that you're waiting. So I decided that this ain't just going to be one video. I want to document the different AI employees that I built for my business and for other businesses, why I built it, what it does, and what's really possible for you, what's possible for other nurses who want to start building a business that doesn't burn them out.